Hi, YouTube. You want me to send it to you, Raccoon? Raccoon, I can do that. I don't mind. Is it not popping up for you guys in the channel? If I'll DM you after this episode. Hold on. Hi, YouTube. Hey, forget that old ending. This is the new ending. Hi. Yeah. Mm, welcome. I've been really tired. I'm getting kind of tired, rather well said. It's been a wild night. I hope you guys can join us. I'll actually be doing a couple more events like this, especially in how do I say this? In November. In November, there will be probably 2 more days, and more days in December where we have like 8 hour, 9 hour long streams over and over again. So it'll be absolutely a journey, especially if you want to come through and watch some of the animes with me. Feel free every Friday evening. We have a stream here. This coming Monday, we also, it might be a little too late, but usually it's Friday and Sundays that we have streams. So if you want to come and join us, feel free. Hi again. I hope that you're ready. All right, let's jump into it. I don't see a reason to delay. It's kind of sus. Fuck. Sorry. I had to get you, YouTube. I had to fucking get you. I had to get you. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, YouTube. I'm sorry, YouTube and Twitch. I am so sorry, my friends. Here's the actual one. I just had to do it. I just had to do it. You were there. You were there. You were there. It just had to happen. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, let's go with the real one. It was something monster. That's why I threw it up. Ooh. Hold on, before we continue this, guys. This is an anime called Monster. In case you guys don't know, you guys should be know this. But I also want to go ahead and state this. Forewarnings. I don't know what might be in this anime. Good, positive, negative. How might this affect others? But please remember, Raccoon, you're too kind. Honestly, you're way too. I appreciate you, but you're too kind. But with this, like I'd like to go ahead and say a shout out to all the healthcare workers, therapists, and individuals out there, especially like doctors and surgeons and whatnot. And I've heard a lot of stories where individuals in the profession seek out mental health, and then they get fired because they got a diagnosis. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw this out there, guys. Do not be afraid to seek out help, especially if you're feeling overworked, under pressure, like you're losing yourself, you're feeling compassion fatigue, burnt out, whatever. And this is just one area that came to me as this whole beginning thing was happening. There was a lot of nurses that I worked with that quite literally, for better or short term words, essentially they got a mental health diagnosis, and the next day they found all their stuff packed. If that says anything, like that's why I'm saying always make sure that like you're able to go and be open about your opinions, be open about how you feel. The healthcare workers are gods. We must treat them as though they should be able to go and get therapeutic services and all of that. And their health should be our priority as well. So that's a huge shout out to that as we get started, and let's continue. Damn, dude. Because here's dealing with. So before we continue with this, right? How do how do you guys think you would react to constantly telling people or constantly being in an environment or a position where you would have to tell people that their loved one has passed away? School cog. Like, what would that do to you? How do you think that would change you? Would that make you more empathetic or less empathetic? Do you feel like maybe you'd numb it out and try and disassociate from it? Do you feel that some people thrive off of that? Some people like change who they are based off of the decisions and stuff like that. I feel guilty even telling people no. Oh, raccoon. I literally know nothing about this series. Well, welcome, because I don't know anything about the series either. I can't imagine telling people your loved one didn't make it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Or were y'all monsters inside? This feels kind of dark, and I ain't even gonna lie. This feels like a kind of dark show, and I ain't even gonna lie. Seems wholesome. What do you mean? When did this anime first come out? Like early 2000s, late 90s? Also, fuck this guy. Hold on. If there's actually a monster in this town, I'm sorry, dude. The one car that parked unlike the rest, I'm sorry, bro. Yeah, that one's gotta go. Everyone else fucking parallel parked except this guy. Everyone else took the time to go ahead and be nice. 2004, okay. Took the time to be nice and park their cars the way normal people do. And this guy just came in here and was like, nah, you know what? Fuck it. I'm not gonna let people pass through the sidewalk. Nah, dude. Oh. The real monsters is parking.
こら起きろ。起きなさいドクター天馬。役柄が逆でしょ。キスで目覚めるのは私みたいなお姫様のはずよ。
エヴァ来てたのか。
で、
Also, bro, why are you in a single room? Hold on. Are you two not living together or like oh
との約束忘れてたでしょ。天蔵。
on Düsseldorf.
いや忘れてないよ。
東ドイツ貿易局顧問のリーベルト氏が昨日妻子を伴ってマスコミの前に姿を現しました。リーベルト夫妻は疲れた様子もなく、二卵性ソーセージの娘さん息子さんとともに明るい表情を見せてくれました。一家はしばらくの間こちらデュッセルドルフに滞在し、当局の用意した住居で生活することになります。
寝た気がしない。
こらダメよ起きて。あなたのニュースよ。
ペラ歌手ローゼンバッハさんですが、術後の経過は順調のようです。手術にあたったアイスラー記念病院のハイネマン院長が先ほど記者会見を行いました。
ローゼンバッハさんの診断名は破裂脳動脈瘤です。手術自体は予定通り。クリッピングも非常にうまくいきました。
多くのファンを持つローゼンバッハさんですが、復帰の可能性は？
彼の歌声を蘇らせるために全力を尽くします。
But I think that's nowadays Skukong. Like we have the ability to like sleep and then just watch it on YouTube or something, or like hear a Twitch streamer rant about it for like 8 hours or 9 hours now, I guess. But back in the day, you know, like late 1990s, early 2000s, or whatever. I don't know. I don't even know what year this anime actually takes place in. I'm not talking about the year the anime was created, but like in setting, like, you know, the news was probably the only way like to actually be able to do it, right?
これまでも数多くの困難な手術を成功させてきたハイネマン医師のチームですが、今回の手術でまた我が国の医療界での地位を揺るぎないものにしたと言えるでしょう。
素晴らしいわ、ケンゾ。
僕のニュースじゃなく君のパパのニュースだよ。
それはそうだけど、でもそれもあなたが言うべ父のチームで完璧な手術をしてくれたからよ。父もきっと感謝してるわ。病院の名声を上げてくれたのはあなたなんですもの。
感謝するのは僕の方だよ。僕がこうしてドイツでやっていけるのも君のお父さんのおかげだからね。
頑張ってケンゾ。父についていけば絶対に大丈夫。父が病院の理事長になるのは時間の問題だし、そしたらあなたもすぐに外科部長。ゆく
Am I the only one that's finding this relationship a little weird? I hope I'm not. Like, all the red flags, also sort of like the immigrant mentality, like, you know, where like you're solely reliant on one person for keeping you working in this location. Like, oh man, today with the sus relationships, wow. I know, like, think about it like that. It's not even like, oh yeah, like, you know, aren't you glad that you're here with me? Like, or like, you know, like about a relationship. No, aren't you glad that you're here because my brother's, not my brother, my father's able to go ahead and keep you on board. Like, I don't know, this is bringing up a lot of red flags for me personally. Like, I'd be a little sus. I'd be a little fucking terrified. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, I'd be fucking terrified that, like, one misstep and, like, I'd be getting deported from this fucking country, apparently. Like, oh, which also means, like, what if you're forced to do something you're not wanting to do? Like, what if you're literally forced to do some sort of experimentation or something on someone and you have to do it? Otherwise, you're never going to get that promotion. You're just going to get kicked out. Like, the power dynamic in this is fucked already. The power dynamic in this is absolutely fucking trashed. And the more I'm hearing this, the more that, like, she goes on, the probably, like, the worse it's probably going to get. Like,
ゆくは院長。
hey, yo.
そして私は院長夫人。幸せにしてよ。私に苦労は似合わないから。外に出かける？それとも。
南部は週末に雨の予報となっています。
血圧128の64。
ノーベラ。これからピラミスを削るぞ。
相変わらず見事なオペだったよ、ドクター天馬。
ありがとうございます。
うまいのはオペだけじゃないみたいだけどね。その若さでチーフの座に座り、院長も外科部長も大のお気に入り。しかも院長の娘。
Hospital politics.
何が言いたいんですか、ドクター・ベッカー。
すまん、何も悪い意味で言ってんじゃないさ。病院は政治の世界だからな。君だって院長にうまく利用されてることは分かってるんだろう。
Big surprise,
君
brother.
が成功させたオペラ歌手の手術をさも自分がやったようにテレビで記者会見だもんな。ま、利用されるってことは実力があるってことだ。 君が
It's
出世したら
Oof
俺の
Town.
こともよろしく頼むよ。今度一杯おごるからさ。
So, real quick, why do people do this? Realistically, at some point in our lives, we've had someone approach us and tell us, "Wow, wow, to be this at such a young age, whoa, wow, for you to do this at such a young age, wow, absolutely, ooh, I'm blown away. Wow, meme, wow." Anyone? Not just passive aggressiveness, not just to irk you. There's a concept of embedded commands, right? So, for example, you may know what's happening around you, but having someone else quite literally like just bringing it up to you in the way like in a rude process, even like that, can quite literally ingrain itself, and you're like, wow, that person's such a fucking dick. But you've already been thinking stuff like this. You've already been thinking, wow, that wasn't cool. He just took all the credit or whatever, right? But another person ingraining it in you just tries to clarify it automatically, like it's a bring down. It's an automatic bring down. Imagine someone being like, "Oh wow, Ed, like you know, you must really like Twitch. Wow, you're doing okay. Like it must be because you know someone at Twitch or something like that. It's like, what the fuck does one thing have to do with another? Have a good night, Crates. Appreciate you. Have a great yeah, bro. I'm about to anyway. But it's also like very much like imbuing the command of like, hey, whenever you like decide to fly by yourself, let us know. Whenever you're like able to do certain things, like you don't have any power, you don't have any autonomy. All of this was given to you. You don't actually like are able to go and do anything. It starts a self-doubt process as to what it means to truly be you. Are you yourself in this process? Do you hold any power at all, if at all? Are you worthy of that position? Okay.
何か。
あんたドクター天馬。
はい。
亭主を返してよ。うちの人返してよ。あんたどうしてうちの人を手術してくれなかったんだ。
あなたは。
うちの人の方が早くこの病院に担ぎ込まれたのに、あんなオペラ歌手なんかより先に運び込まれたんだ。なのに後回しにしたんだ。あんたこの病院で一番腕の立つ医者だそうじゃないか。なんで
あの時確かに僕は工事現場で事故に遭ったトルコ人。
Politics. Politics.
ドクターテンマ。
はい。
君はこっちじゃない。大至急第一手術室の方に行ってくれ。院長からのお達しだ。急いでくれ。
But at that point in time, it's not even his fault. If the director went ahead and ordered him to another thing, it's the director's point to go ahead and find a replacement on that. Because I feel like stuff like this, like rearrangements of like, having to do certain things, like, I don't know, dude. I feel like that falls on the director for moving you around at that point, if that was truly the case, right? No, of course the lady doesn't know that, but at the same time, there should have been another OR staff assigned. Like, you should automatically start questioning shit, guys. And I always throw this out there, no matter what. Like, automatically start bringing forth questions. Right? Why can't we have a house? Lady, he just might. I hope you don't.
でね、そのドレス友達と奪い合いよ。あのサイズ一着しかないんだもの。でも安心して、私のものにしたから。ちょっと聞いてるの？
ああ。
一体どうしたの？さっきから。
カルテを見たんだ。トルコ人のオペを執刀したのはドクター・ベッカーだった。
やだ、まだその話。
明らかに治療開始に時間がかかりすぎている。もし僕が出頭していたら、あのトルコ人のクランケをなんとか助けることができたかもしれない。
やめてよ、食事中に。
True, Sagasu.
どうしろって言うんだ。
But there's this whole thing where supposedly you should be seeing all patients as equals type of thing, like in a perfect world, right? But sadly there are, situations where people are treated as MVPs, that's like a VIP fucking individual, so we got to go ahead and like push them in certain locations, like there may have been a shortage of surgeons or so on and so forth, but it's like, how do you weigh what a life is in that regard, right? For example, let's say that you had, I don't know, like a kid who's been messing up in life versus someone else that's been absolute, like, has potential for being like going to an Ivy League school or something, and they're both there and you're the surgeon. Who do you pick to save? There are no other surgeons out there. And you know that by the time you finish one, the success rate of doing the other surgery goes down dramatically. What would you pick? And then what would change if you start adding certain things like culture, language, color, race? Are not something humans are good at. Yep. What would Dr. House do? You'd probably find the tick in there, you know what? Take painkillers probably. It's a lot, dude. It's a lot weighing situations like that. Like, and constantly thinking about certain things. What a lot of people don't get also is like, I don't know how else to put it. Guys, what happens when you're extremely stressed out? Does anyone know? Like, for example, oh shit, I didn't even know that, Raccoon. Holy crap, that's a statistic. Like, when you're really really stressed out physically. I'm not talking about like mentally, like to you personally. This is individually. What happens to you? For me, I'll be honest, my stress comes to my back, to my shoulders, right? I get a really tense neck. And usually like my hands really hurt because used to be a drummer for a good bit. So it's like I get really anxious essentially with my back pain and whatnot. Okay. What does it like, what about when you're really, really relaxed, right? I tend to be a lot more free. I can do whatever I want. My vocally I can express myself more. I'm able to go ahead and like so on and so forth. There's big differences. What happens when you're daily stressed out to that point of maximum and like it just feels like you're there all the time? Guys, that's what can lead to not just compassion fatigue and literal physical breaks, but also mental breaks as well. Because you might literally have your entire like Maslow's hierarchy of needs met, but guess what? If the only way that you're meeting that is because you're like super hyper stressing yourself, that doesn't fucking matter, dude. Because at one point you can be like that, the next point it can just be inverted where nothing is okay. Nothing is fine. Stress quite literally destroys us. And a lot of people like don't like to take into consideration, hey, guess what? Mental health, especially like individuals that do therapy, we get to hear the best and the worst stuff out there. Trust me. Some of the stories I've heard, especially from kids and even like adults, it's rough shit, dude. It's stuff that like I'm gonna take with me forever. And I'm pretty sure any therapist will, there's some stories that impact us that were just like, fuck, dude. Like there's a lot of good in the world and there's a lot of bad. And it's like being able to go ahead and like take that off, being okay with leaving that off, being okay with like being as relaxed as can be, because sometimes, hey, we need someone there to be able to like listen to us and help us like at least take away the emotional weight of our words, right? Because oftentimes that emotional weight can add pounds and pounds on our physical health, on our physicality and everything in general. Yeah, well, aside from barriers, Blade Dragon, it's natural. It happens to everyone. Even the best of therapists have stuff. Is this why America has an opioid? I'm not gonna get into that. There's a lot more than just that, my friend.
僕に責任はない。そうだろう。
当たり前よ。 人の命は平等じゃないんだもの。
Oh no. I wonder, does cutting into meat remind you of doing surgery?
返してよ、うちの人を返してよ、返してよ、返してよ。
あの屋敷か。
はい、通報者は隣人です。
銃声は何発だ。
5、6発です。
この家の住人は。
それが先日東ドイツから亡命してきたリーベルト氏の住居だそうです。
面倒なこと。
Yeah, it's gonna be a big ass mess, bro. What the fuck? Y'all didn't leave any fucking guards or protection?
3つ数えたら突入する。1、2、3。
Raccoon City Police Department. Oh, that's fucked. Sure about that? Wouldn't it be funny if it's actually the doctor that did it, and now they're taking the boy to the doctor to go ahead and do surgery? Oh no. Oh, but no, realistically, in any situation like that, come on, dude. Come on.
休館か。
It's the chainsaw girl.
頭に銃弾。クランケはその男の子一人なのか。
ええ、両親は即死です。強盗か何からしいですけど。
分かった。
A robbery? But did they take anything?
あと5分以内に病院に到着するよ。
あら、お父様。
申し訳ありません、ハイネマン院長。大事なお嬢さんをこんな時間まで。
何を言ってるんだ天馬君。エヴァはもう君の婚約者じゃないか。どうだね、お茶でも一杯飲んでいかんかね。結婚式の日取りは日本のご両親には連絡したのかね。
あ、はい。しかし父は小さな病院の開業医ですので、このドイツまで来れる時間が取れるかどうか。
いい機会だからゆっくり海外旅行を楽しんでいただくのもいいんじゃないか。
そうよ、我が家でご招待するんだから。
ありがとうございます。院長に何から何までお世話になってしまい。
ドイツに来た時の健三は高校生の男の子かと思ったわ。
Have a good night, Raccoon. Appreciate you being here. Legitimately. I hope that, like, you rest up. I hope you feel better tomorrow. Honestly, you're fucking amazing. So, take care of yourself.
それが今やアイスラー記念病院の若手医師ナンバーワン。
ところで健三、今君がやっているくも膜下出血後の脳血管連縮の研究だが。
はい、犬のくも膜下出血のモデルを作っています。
すまんがその研究はキャンセル。
Oh, dude.
はい。
次の欧州救急医学会総会で私がシンポジストとして発表することになってね。君に走行をまとめてもらいたいんだ。
So you're gonna cancel his research for your shit? Yeah, typical.
しかし今日の
Typical.
昼間参ったよ。
どうなさったのお父様。
うさんくさい民間団体が病院に詰めかけてきてね。先日のオペラ歌手の手術に関して騒ぐんだ。先に運び込まれたトルコ人の怪我人を後回しにしたとね。
まったくの勘違いだ。手術はトルコ人の方が先に行われているんだよ。我々の手続きには何ら問題はない。そうだろ。
はい。
まったく彼らは医者をブラッキアな何かと勘違いしてるんだよ。我々は人の命を救う以前に学級の徒。そうだろ。
Let's literally kill any sense of humanity you may have left, my friend. Let's literally take you down that path and kill any sense of empathy or love or whatever you want to call it that you may have left. No, fuck that, right?
とにかく私の発表の走行は頼んだよ。君には期待してるんだ、天馬君。
ありがとうございます。
Bro's disassociating while fucking driving. My dude's stronger. Oh. That call of the void is stronger than anything else.
クランケは
たった今中に。
容体は
血圧72の50、脈拍137。
銃弾は前頭部からか。直ちにレントゲン写真を。
はい。
あ、ドクター天馬。
この子は
今の男の子の双子の妹です。
外傷は
ありません。
Oh, that's fucked. Don't tell me that they're about to fucking switch brains or some shit. That would be fucked. If she's in psychological shock, of course, that's like extreme trauma. Guys, what happens during trauma? One of four things: fight, flight, freeze, or fawn, right? And in shock specifically, you know, I think one of the biggest things is being able to go ahead and she ain't looking good, dog. Being able to go ahead and establish a safe space, especially for that coming down moment. Because when that moment comes down, you have to remember, like, your senses are heightened to an extremity. So there's a lot of trauma, there's a lot of disassociation, a lot of shit happening right now. And you don't need just a regular doctor. You need a full-on, like, therapist. You need a fucking expert here.
なんだい？
殺して
ドクター天馬、頭部写真と CT スキャンが出来上がっています。
わかった、今行く。
前頭部から入って脳の最深部に達しているな。ええ。
これは難しいな。
え？
銃弾が左中大脳動脈をかすめている。
なるほど。ドクター天馬の言う通りだ。
Mm.
いや、厄介だぞ。
銃弾を少しでも動かしたら
It's goner time.
大出血するかもしれないな。
遅れて申し訳ない。
ドクターベッカー、当直のあなたがこんなに遅れてどうするんですか？
両側前頭部を解凍し、骨片の除去、汚染脳の除去を行う。そして慎重に銃弾を。
Oh no, dude.
最後に。
Don't tell me that my man's gonna fucking overstep his boundaries again.
ちょっと時間がかかりますが、みんな頑張っていきましょ
う。Okay, good. I thought,
脈拍90。
bro, you got me into a full-on medical drama now. I don't give a fuck, dude. I'm gonna just fucking come in here and talk about the fucking stressors of being in an environment like this and shit, dude. Like, I'm medical dramas are something else, bro. I fucking love them just because of like the amount of even like side work or side talk that happens, like and shit.
麻酔かかりました。
Sagasu. And even worse if there's like weird experiments and shit happening, and quite literally the loss of sanity. Ed's in for a ride. Take me through a ride. Take me through the
ドクター天馬、はい、君はこっちじゃない。
Oh, fuck you, dude. Again? Bro, you already know this guy's gonna die. That's the second time, bro. You've been called out of this fucking operating room. Just call it the curse of the... You're also already... Okay, hold the fuck on. Once an operation started, it cannot be stopped. Once an operation has been started, it cannot be stopped. Also, you're entering a sterilized room without being sterilized yourself in an open brain surgery. Is anyone else worried about this? Is anyone else like, you know, I'm a little worried. I'm a little worried. Oh, here we go again.
それじゃあドクターボイヤーに連絡を取ってください。
動脈閉塞の可能性がある。もしそうだったら君が出頭するんだ。
しかしたった今あの子供のオペを開始するところだったんですよ。
院長からのお達しだ。
はい、天馬です。
天馬君か。市長の件よろしく頼むよ。ドクターアイゼンとドクターボイヤーにも連絡を取った。これで万全だろう。
しかし院長、僕はたった今別のオペを開始するところで。
そっちはドクターベッカーに任せればいい。
That kid's about to die, dude. That guy's got a fucking insane kill death ratio here, bro. He literally he has like a 1-0 so far from what we've seen in the show, but he probably has more than that, bro. Yeah, like,
お言葉ですが、今開始するオペのクランケは銃弾が左中大脳動脈をかすめていて、
highest KD.
そうなんです。でも僕にはやり遂げる自信があります。市長はドクターボイヤーにお任せします。あの子供のオペは僕が執刀しなければ無理なんです。
天馬君、ともかく全力を挙げて市長を救ってくれたまえ。
You're fucked.
市長は次の医療審査で
Of course, of course.
助成金を大幅に増額することを約束しているんだ。
奴にはまだ死んでもらっては困るんだ
よ
よ。
ろしく頼んだよ、天馬君。君には期待しているんだ。
はい。
市長がヘリポートに到着したぞ。
CT の後すぐ暗行だ。血栓閉塞部位の確認。
Is that a conflict of interest? That's a good question. It's a big moral dilemma, but also like the whole thing about being in a medical field is you have to see all your clients as equal. You shouldn't be like fucking doing favoritism and putting one in front of you. Imagine this: anytime that like you had an anxiety attack, your therapist screwed over all like, you know, if someone else had an anxiety attack, your therapist screwed you over and everyone else out of like your therapy session because you know, this one individual had an anxiety attack or had a really bad day, so they get they get first dibs.
さあ準備をしておくれよ、ドクター天馬。君の天才的な腕頼りにしてるよ。
医者をボランティアか何かと勘違いしてるんだよ。我々は人の命を救う以前に学級の徒。そうだろ、そうだろ。
僕はただ院長の命令通りあのオペラ歌手のオペをしただけなんだ。
Yeah, if you push back, everything's in danger.
当たり前よ。人の命は平等じゃないんだもの。
返してよ。あんたが手術してくれれば助かったんだ。あの人返せ、返せ、返せ、返せ、返せ、返せ、返せ、返せ。
どうした、ドクター天馬。
僕は向こうでオペが待ってます。
Oh no, bro. Oh no. Congratulations. Your license is probably going to be taken away. Because the other dude probably already started a surgery and you're kind of fucked.
おい、ドクター天馬。
院長の命令だぞ。
今市長が CT スキャンを受けています。医師の方は急いで毒屋室へ。
分かった。
待て、ドクターテンマ。
ドクター天馬。
He done fucked up big.
大丈夫だ。頑張れ。僕が助けてやる。
殺して。
Well, that was fucking something, because holy crap, how is this going to develop? This was actually extremely fucking interesting. I ain't even gonna lie, dude. Like, shit like this, especially moral dilemmas, like genuine moral dilemmas, reminds me a little bit of fucking Star Trek, dude. Like, just the ability to go ahead and actually have some good fucking intellectual discussions. You know, talks about especially what it means to be in the field like this and being pressured, not just as like a healthcare worker, but just in general. You know, if you're a therapist or so on and so forth, like there's a lot of fucking pressure, outside pressure, societal pressure, corporate pressure, so on and so forth to do certain things. But you know, you probably have to do your best to stand your ground and put up your barriers. Although it can absolutely affect your job, your engagement, your residence, 101 other things. Like, bro, that was a good episode. That was a really fucking good episode. I'm kind of curious as to where it's gonna go. My big thing with this though is that first episode just essentially it's an establishment episode from what I'm seeing. It establishes what it means to like go through that. It establishes our main character trying to find themselves, and it establishes like, I don't know how to put it, the overall regard of like, I guess, growth in that case, or like trying to like find yourself, or trying to find like where you go, even if it'll come back and bite you in the ass and completely turn you into an utter and complete monster in the process. But anyway, guys, holy crap, that was pretty cool. And yeah, it talks about human life and what is human life worth at this point? What does it mean, you know, for stuff to succeed, for humans to, what is the value of human life? It's huge. It's absolutely fucking huge. Ooh, I'm excited to see where this goes. I'm excited to quite literally to see like how this continues, and we'll probably be doing episode 2 soon. Best way to put it, soonish. I'm not gonna say tonight because I'm exhausted.